Imagine you're a German soldier dug in on the Western Front in 1944. You've already fought the British, professional, disciplined, predictable, tough, but you know their playbook. Then the Americans show up, and suddenly, everything changes. German after-action reports, prisoner interrogations, and even private letters home reveal the same chilling truth over and over. Many Wehrmacht veterans feared the American GI more than the highly trained British Army. Why? It wasn't Hollywood myths or super soldiers. It was cold, hard battlefield reality, a lethal mix of raw aggression, insane initiative, lightning-fast learning, and overwhelming industrial power that the Germans simply couldn't match. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why German soldiers repeatedly said the Americans were the most dangerous enemy they faced in World War II. Stick around, because by the end, you'll understand why the U.S. Army didn't just win battles, it rewrote the rules of modern warfare. Let's dive in. The British fought like professionals, careful, methodical, by the book. American GIs, they fought like they had nothing to lose. German reports from Normandy described U.S. squads charging straight into ambushes instead of waiting for support. They opened fire with everything they had immediately. Semi-automatic M1 Garands pouring out rounds at a rate the Germans had never seen at squad level. One captured German officer wrote that fighting Americans felt like punching a swarm of hornets. They didn't hesitate. They didn't wait for orders. They just came at you, fast, loud, and relentless. In most armies, including the German and British, if the officer went down, the unit froze, not the Americans. Thanks to a culture of decentralized command and initiative, American NCOs and even privates took charge instantly. Squads kept attacking even after losing leaders. They improvised, adapted, and kept the pressure on. Remember those famous Rhino hedge cutter tanks in Normandy? Regular GIs and mechanics figured that out in days and turned Shermans into hedge-busting monsters that smashed through the bocage the Germans thought was impenetrable. German intelligence noted that U.S. units had 40% more operational freedom at the small unit level. The Americans fought like a cloud of hornets. You kill one, 10 more keep coming. The U.S. Army got bloodied badly at Kasserine Pass in 1943, but instead of hiding it, they studied it ruthlessly. Within weeks, they overhauled command structures, integrated air support, retrained tank crews, and updated tactics. By Sicily and Normandy, those lessons were already in the field. After-action reviews became standard. Over 150 field manuals were updated in 1944 alone. New replacements arrived knowing the latest tricks: how to counter the MG-42, how to breach Dragon's Teeth, how to call in artillery like clockwork. The Germans? They were stuck with outdated doctrine and shorter training as the war dragged on. American artillery was on another level. The famous time-on-target technique meant dozens of batteries could drop every shell on the same spot within 3 seconds. Absolute hell for anyone on the receiving end. During the Battle of the Bulge, U.S. forces fired over 1.2 million artillery shells in just 2 weeks. German troops called the barrages steel rain. And then there were the Jabos, P-47 Thunderbolts screaming in with rockets and bombs. German soldiers refused to move by daylight in many sectors. 70% of their tank losses came from the air. One German general called it Jabo terror, death from above that made every road a killing zone. While German troops were starving, running out of fuel, and using horses to pull guns, Americans had the Red Ball Express, 6,000 trucks delivering 12,500 tons of supplies every single day. They could replace a destroyed tank in hours. They expended 5 to 6 tons of ammunition for every German casualty, trading steel for blood because they had endless steel. The M1 Garand gave every rifleman firepower that turned squads into miniature machine gun teams. Fresh uniforms, hot food, spare parts. The logistical might was relentless. This wasn't just an army. It was an entire industrial nation at war. So why did German soldiers fear the Americans more than the British? Because the British fought like a professional army. The Americans fought like a force of nature, unpredictable, adaptive, and backed by a war machine that never stopped. They didn't just beat you in battle. They kept coming, kept learning, and kept hitting harder every single day until there was nothing left. That's how the U.S. Army helped crush the Third Reich on the Western Front. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. What surprised you most about these American tactics? Was it the initiative, the artillery, the logistics, or something else? Drop your thoughts below. I read every single comment. If you want more deep dive World War II history like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We've got episodes on Eastern Front horrors, Pacific Island battles, and the secret weapons that almost changed everything. Thanks for watching the Who Knew channel, where history isn't just dates, it's the real stories behind the battles. I'll see you in the next one.